In today's video, I want to show you how you can build a drum rack out of existing fills and top loops so that you can create your own fills on the fly. If you're interested in simple and effective Psytrance tutorials, then subscribe to this channel. So today we want to create us a drum rack for drum fills. So drum fills you can use for the connection between two musical sections. So for example, here we are leading from this part into a new part with a drum fill. And they're very useful to kind of like release the tension and then bring it up. So you have your risers before, and then it comes to fill, and then you go into the next part. And if you don't want to just like drop them in like that, I mean, usually I have like a lot of like fills in my library, and I always find one which is good. But if you want to go a little bit more unique, then you can load the fills you like or the ones with the drums you have. And you either can like easily kind of like chop them up and rearrange them if you have like a single application, but you can also build your own racks, which may help you also in the future to build your own fills, and which also let you a little bit easier experiment on what sounds good. So the first thing what we will do is we will check that they are on the right BPM. So we don't want to basically have them like floating around everywhere. So we will check, this fill was in 146, we're in 143 BPM, and it's 146, so everything is fine. Everything should be more or less in place here. Then we will look here, it's also 146, everything looks good. And here we are a little bit off, so this is 132. So we will fix this, and then we have the things basically in the right position. I want to check because it doesn't look so right, but it seems to be like that. Anyways, it should play now like it's supposed to be. So I will take this fill here instead of this. Then we have one top loop, one fill, and one glitch. So the first thing is we will remove all the fades here, bring them together, and bring them to the same level basically, so that they are not kind of like a different loudness. So the easiest way is probably just like pushing them to the limit here. So basically like normalizing them so they're all kind of like touching the ceiling here. Then we will consolidate them with Command J, and now we have them all in one audio file. That's important because if you slice it to a drum rack, it will get pretty nasty later. And now what we will do is we will set warp markers. And first we want to check that they are kind of like in the right position here where the drums start. Or at least like more or less, because later we want to have all drums playing. If you hold shift, you can move the gray ones here. So here you see, for example, that it's quite off. Here, probably this is like the glitch part, so it's a little bit more tricky to say where something is really starting. So you need to take a good guess. So here, for example, I think that's just like empty space, and it will probably start somewhere here again. We could take a listen to make a better decision, but anyways, if you do something not right, you can always fix it later as well. And maybe let's end this here. So now what we can do is basically we can set the other warp markers with quantizing to 116, you can use amount 0 if you don't want to like shift anything. If you want to shift anything, then you can obviously use 100%, but it will set the warp markers here for you. So you don't have to click each single one of them. And now we can easily slice this to a new MIDI track. And now we have the ability to either use it, for example, with like Ableton Push or MK Machine or any other kind of like drum machine, or we can just like program in stuff like this. So we can say, want to have a slice here, here. I'm just orientating a bit on what I see here. So then we have like a shorter one and a longer one. A short one, a small break, and then we have one very long one. And now we can basically play this here and move this stuff around. Let's check it all together if it's a cool loop or not. I think this one could be better. I think those were cool. And we can also change the pattern a bit. I think that tom here in the end is quite cool, and we'll want to look for it. It's 24, and we will put in one shot here. And now we have our rack, and we can quickly bring this into audio, because I just want to make sure that the tom doesn't go too far. Like here I gave it like a small fade. As you can see, it's kind of like leaking over here, and we don't want to have it destroying our next kick here. So we'll go like this. And also I like to have stuff in audio, then you can really see how far you can push it. And you can always and that way you can play better around with a MIDI controller or As you have seen here, you can easily swap the drums in here. So it's quite useful rack, I think. And if you build those racks, then you could say like this is drum fill rack, and then save it into your user library. So for example, I have like a lot of racks here saved, and then you can just place it in here, drum fill rack. And you can use it anytime if you don't find anything which quite suits in your library, and easily make your transitions more cool. If you enjoyed this video, if you want to know how you can randomize your drums, which you can also use with this rack, then you should watch this video.